Hi everyone, it's Susie here from Change Your World, and I'm here with fellow world changer Anne Macpherson. So I have invited Anne on because Anne is somebody that has attended 3 of my conferences and all of my workshops and talks that I've put on, and you come to our weekly life coaching group as well. So I wanted Anne to share her story and just basically tell you about why she has engaged with Change Your World, what she's got out of it, and yeah, just what you're doing. Okay. So, we've got Joey and Pauline. Nice to see you guys. Hi. Thank you for joining us. If you've got any questions for Anne or myself, feel free to hop on and get them. Oh, Jen as well. Jen's one of our previous exhibitors, and Joey was at our last conference. In fact, Pauline, I think you were at the last conference as well. So we are a week away from the Change Your World conference. A week tomorrow is the next Change Your World conference in Inverness, which is very exciting. It is. So yeah, I am a little bit stressed right now. Got a few things to sort out and do before the big day, but it's all going to be great on the day. So, first of all, tell us how you found out about Change Your World.
It was Facebook, the power of Facebook. And a friend of mine had been to the first one.
Okay.
So I saw them coming up on Facebook, and having spoken to Jackie, thought I need to get along and find out what this is about, because it seemed to be a change from how she was presenting herself and what she was doing. So I want a bit of that.
Oh, okay, so you notice a difference in Jackie and your friend. Okay, so that's interesting. So it wasn't just a Facebook advert, you actually noticed.
Yes.
Okay, and you don't have to go into details, but where were you at that time? Were you looking to make changes? Were you feeling a bit?
Yeah, I was.
Looking for direction.
Yeah, I was having challenges. I mean, I've been in the personal development program for quite some time, but that doesn't mean that your life is challenge free.
No.
It's how you deal with them.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of the Tony Robbins, the Master University and things, and I just think, having done that, which cost a huge amount of money, and then having been to the first local Change Your World conference, the inspirational, the motivational, all similar kind of things, and for me to have something like that on the doorstep.
And you say my events are as good as Tony Robbins?
Well, Tony's going to be special.
Yeah.
But, yes.
But the difference,
yeah. Inspirational, motivational. Plus, Tony's on his own. Your event is a lot of different speakers. A lot of different speakers. Lots of different things to it. Which for me was really interesting. And also, give you skills to deal with different challenges.
Yes. Well, that's. Sorry. Things are popping up all over the place. Hey Paul, hey Carol. Carol is going to be one of our exhibitors at the Change Your World conference next week. Gail, you're in India right now, so thanks for tuning in. She's going to be coming along to the conference as well. So, well, first of all, if you don't know who Tony Robbins is the guru and the ultimate personal development master. Yeah. And he charges like thousands to attend these tens of thousands. Yeah, exactly. I mean, his events do run for 3-4 days. I mean, they're incredible events, and you do get amazing things out of it. But you have to travel far. You have to your accommodation. There are a lot, and most people, the average Joe, can't really afford them. So one thing I'm really passionate about is making my events, affordable. And I get constantly told that I'm charging too low. I get people telling me I'm charging too little, too high, depending on where you are. So what do you think?
When you consider the content and the quality of the speakers and the variety of the speakers, having been to 3 of them now, it's a real broad range of speakers, all bringing something different. I've taken different things away from everyone.
Yeah.
So are you charging too low? Yeah. I think compared to other events, and its quality, it's local.
Thank you.
And to get something like that here Yeah. It's just amazing.
Well, that is one of the things that I'm passionate about. I mean, anybody that knows my story, you know, I've gone on my own personal development journey for 10 years. And, you know, I've gone to all these events all around the UK and what have you, spent a fortune on them. And when I decided to set up my own event, I initially was like, oh, it's got to be Glasgow, it's got to be Edinburgh, it's got to be London, Manchester. And then I was like, no, it needs to be here in the Highlands. And I'm passionate about keeping it in the Highlands. And, you know, I'd like to take it on the road, but it has to be here.
I think people will want to come here.
Yes, definitely.
Look at how many tourists we bring to the Highlands.
Yeah. Well, I had one lady last year, she drove 9 hours from Wales to be at my conference. Yeah, I have people, I know, exactly. And the only reason she can't come, she came to Glasgow as well. The only reason she can't come to this one is because she's got a wedding that day. So she's planning. Yeah, by planning. I'm like, they could get married anytime. Come to the event.
Exactly.
So in terms of, I mean, I know you've been to Glasgow, you've been to the second Inverness one, you've booked on to the third one, but what has attending the Change Your World events done for you? What have you taken away? Who have been some of your kind of highlights?
Different ones at each one, actually. I like is it Ian Bell?
Yeah.
The food chap, nutrition chap. He was brilliant, and I went to the event that he hosted just himself.
Yes, so we did a nutrition workshop with Ian Bell. So Ian Bell's from the Executive Fitness Foundation. He's a health and wellness consultant. Really knows his stuff. He's been working with clients for over 25, 30 years, just promoting health and well-being. And so you went to
absolutely superb. And it was from hearing a little bit of what he had to say at the big conference that I went to the event that you put on with just him.
Just him, that's right. Yeah.
And that was absolutely fabulous. Yeah. And then at the same event he was at was what's Man with the Plant?
That was Dr. David Riley. Yeah. That was such a brilliant analogy, because he talked about being visualizing yourself as a plant. He said that he gave us this meditation to do, so close your eyes, imagine that your plant, he said, look at the soil, look at the leaves, how green are they, you know, what are the roots like, are they really firm, you know, has they got flowers on it, is the flower blossoming? And most people were sort of saying, no, my leaves are really brown, I need watering, I need fertilizing. And he was basically saying that's your body crying out to you, saying that's the nourishment you need. It's calling out for you to think better, water yourself, nourish yourself, nurture yourself, you know, be a gardener to your inner plant.
Such a simple but clear message.
Yes. Yeah,
really.
It was a really good visual image.
Oh, for sure.
And Dr. David Riley, look out for, we will be doing workshops with him in the future. So that's coming up.
He was great.
Yes, so he's good too.
So he was probably him and Ian Bell, I think. Oh, I love David Hamilton.
Oh yeah, everybody loves David Hamilton.
I'd heard so much about him over the years, but I'd never heard him. Yeah. And I'd never read any of his material. And he was just
So David's been at 3 of my conferences. Unfortunately, he had another commitment, so couldn't make it this year. So, but he will be doing lots of good things with us as well. So, and what have you gone on to do? Because you set up your own business.
Yeah, I've gone on to which is been successful very much quicker than I imagined it would, because you know, when you set up any business, it takes a year, 2 years.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
to establish, and it's just gone boom.
That's and what do you think that's down to?
My own self-belief, and just knowing that I could do it, and knowing that I'm bringing something good to the market. So it's fabulous, but also having the coaching with Alistair, and being part of the house group, the personal development group, just being in that environment, I think you're getting drip fed that sort of information all the time.
So it's consistently building up on that. So Alistair is the Change Your World Life Coach. Alistair is the coach that helped me and has supported me over the last 10, 11 years, and has encouraged me to set up my own business and change the world. He's supported me through all the meltdowns of that. But we run our weekly life coaching group, and we've got, there's something like 280 members in the group. They don't all turn up. In fact, some have never actually turned up, but they've just joined the group. So they've taken the first step. They just need that little encouragement, and that's what doing Facebook Lives are. Because if I had asked you 6 months ago or a year ago to do a Facebook Live, how would you have reacted? You were like, no way, not having it.
No.
So what do you think? So if anybody's sort of sitting there looking at their life and know that they've got changes they would like to make, talk from your personal perspective and your advice and what you think.
Sometimes it's not pretty when they look in there.
That's the uncomfortable bit.
It's scary.
Yeah.
But do you want to stay in that state?
Yeah.
Or do you want to change it?
Yeah.
And nobody's saying it's going to be easy to change it, but you can't change it on your own. And if you're surrounded by motivational, inspirational people, then that's very much easier. Plus, you're getting the knowledge and the skills to help you do it. And the support, just knowing that you're not on your own.
Well, that's an important point. I mean, I say this all the time. I don't think we don't have role models around us, enough role models. Like, there's a saying that you become the direct reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're just thinking just now, the 5 people, I mean, when I heard that stat, I was like, dear God, the 5 people I spend the most time with are people at work, sorry. But, there was some less than empowering and inspiring people that I spent a lot of time with, and I had toxic relationships, and I just thought, I've got to start doing something about this. And, I actually reflected on what my life is now, and because of the work that I'm doing, the Thursday night group that we run, and the people that I have in my life are all really positive, inspiring people. And it's just a lovely place to be, because you just, if you're down in the dumps, they'll lift you up. They give you the right words to kind of encourage you and just kind of move you forward and get you out of that route. They know. And it's just really nice. So
that just makes such a huge difference. Because if you're on your own and your environment is negative, your peer group are negative, life is a struggle. And life shouldn't be a struggle. And having this and having it locally for me is just fantastic.
Well, this is it. It is on your doorstep. It's here in the Highlands. It's I'm passionate about keeping it in the Highlands. And if you do live outside the Highlands, it's on the first weekend of the Easter holidays, so it's a beautiful place to come up and visit.
For sure.
And
you won't be sorry, because there's just so much to be got from the event. If you're thinking about it, don't think too long. Just come. Because it's fabulous. I'm so excited because my daughter's coming.
I know.
She's 22. If I had been exposed to something like that at 22, wow. Would life be different? And it's there for all of us, for the taking, young and old. And I just think, just do it.
Well, that is one of my things going forward, where I would like to change your world, is very much taking it into schools and encouraging young people and getting a personal development practice installed into our curriculum. I mean, they've just announced that they've started doing it, more of it in England, and they're introducing it into the English school system. So, come on, Scotland, we're here, ready when you're ready to take it on. But in terms of how, because some people, I mean, when you see the ads on Facebook and when you see the posters for Change Your World, you might not quite get it. And they don't translate the experience of what it's like in the day. And you said this to me earlier before we started chatting live. What is it like to be in that room in the conference when it's all happening and it's buzzing and there's speakers and it's,
It's just buzzing. It's just electric. The atmosphere is electric. It's and it can be a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
Definitely.
You can be challenged emotionally at the same time, but you're getting so much information and so many good things. You're thinking, wow, this is. You go away with a huge amount of information and a huge amount of hope, inspiration. because
Oh,
you
that's a
just,
lovely word. Like that, hope.
you know that you can change things and move things
Yeah.
forward.
So you're armed with the toolkits, because we do.
Yeah.
The way I design my events, I do take you on an emotional roller coaster, because it is about getting people to have an honest appraisal of where they're at.
Yeah.
Because it's about making whatever change it is for you, making small changes, big changes, and you know, we all know what we need to do, but it's only when we take time out, we step off the carousel of life or the treadmill, and this day is like an opportunity to press the reset button and go, I started addressing things. And yes, it can be emotional because you've got to face these things. However, I mean, I love the fact that you've said that it gives you hope, because you know, the aim is we inspire you, we empower you, you know, with all the speakers, and we give you the toolkit. You know, this is how, okay, this is what you might be experiencing, this is what you're feeling, but this is how you can change it. And, you know, and then we've got the follow-up support. We're going to be launching our very exciting online coaching program, because we've recognized that the conferences have been great, but what we've had feedback time and time again is that people want more. They want to hear more of the speakers. So we're going to be launching that. We're effectively going to be taking our conferences online. Our speakers are going to be available. They're going to be doing week-long topics and stuff like that, month-long for some of them that are more. So that details of that to be announced soon. We're just currently developing that. I'm just going to say, hey, Katie, hey, Thomas. And Dave, hi. It's Eva. So yeah, it's lovely to see you all in here, and everyone that's on here is pretty much, most of you have all been at the Change Your World conferences. So if you could put in the comments what you've got out of Change Your World, spread the word and let other people know, because this is the hardest challenge that I have. You know, people see the adverts on Facebook or the posters and what have it, and we don't quite get it. You know, they're maybe sitting on the fence and think, oh, that looks interesting, and don't kind of make that step. So, you know, I've invited you on here because since that you've improved your confidence, your health, you've set up a business, you've got rid of toxic relationships, you've improved your finances, you know, I mean, the changes have been remarkable. And we see this time and time again.
And I know there's going to be more, that hands in place for more, which is a really, really nice feeling. I can't do that. I couldn't do that on my own.
No. And that's it. I mean, that's what we're building, a community, and it's very much supporting, because when you're in that community, like, I think there's a bit of a Scottish psyche where it's like, aye, right, who do you think you are? You know, trying to change. And that doesn't exist in this community. It's like, people get when you're going through the challenges, they understand where you're at, they want to support you, want to help you and encourage you and say, keep going. But also, when you do have the wins, they celebrate it with you. Lovely. You know, and
really
it's
nice.
And it might sound all kind of high five American happy clappy, but it is not like that. It's done in Scottish style, you know. It's very much, you know, just it's just being true and just celebrating people making really positive changes. And the biggest thing about personal development and, you know, self-improvement and going to work on yourself is the ripple effect that it causes. I mean, I talk about this. This is Change Your World is all about changing the world through the power of personal development, because when we improve ourselves, we start to think better. When we think better, we make better choices. And when we make better choices, we get better results. So we literally, each and every single one of us are world changers. It's just whether we're changing it positively or negatively, and living with health and happiness and abundance. And that is what the Change Your World events and conferences are all about. So to give you a quick summary, if you've not checked out the website, you're hearing about this for the first time. I know you guys that are listening absolutely all know, because you've all been. But we're going to have Maggie Georgopoulos. She's going to be sharing our own personal story. She's author of Up the Ladder in a Skirt. She's very much, you know, rose to success in a very male environment, but she's going to be talking about the influences and how we're conditioned and how we have all these unconscious biases and how to recognize that, change them so that you can start making changes in your life. We've then got Ian Bell, who's going to be talking about reconditioning the mind to create long-term health, you know, changing your mindset for valuing yourself, why like David Riley says, about nourishing yourself, and you know, and just learning to live, you know, how good you can actually feel, and not falling into the pleasure trap. He's going to talk about that as well. And we've got Marta Lewandowska, if I pronounced that right. So she's going to be talking about the latest research on plant-based nutrition and how it can reverse and prevent certain chronic conditions. After that, we've got our sleep expert, Nick Littlehales, which I think is going to be a high favourite. Lots of people wanting to know, learn his new approach to sleep and how to develop your own sleep cycle to create ultimate performance in your work, your home life. Yeah, no, Nick will be great. Oh, they're all going to be great. And then Will Mather. Will Mather is my favourite, because, and I shouldn't have favourite. I'm not allowed to have favourites, but just because I know his story inside out. I interviewed Will many years ago when I worked as a radio producer. I've read his book twice over. I'm actually reading it again because it is the most incredible read ever. I've like called Dying for a Change. And his story is amazing, and I'm so excited that he's going to be coming up to share his story. And he's, I mean, now he's a transformational business leadership coach. He's excellent. He's so humble and down to earth. And he's just an amazing guy. And then we've got Jane Duncan Rogers. She's going to be talking about the subject of, well, death, which doesn't sound like you're like, whoa, sign me up for that. However, she's going to be sharing her own personal story, and she's going to be highlighting the fact that, you know, when we learn about dying, we truly appreciate living and we don't take life for granted. So I promise you, it doesn't sound cheery on the tin, but it will be amazing. We're going to do a Facebook Live with Jane next week on the 2nd of April. And then finally, we've got Brian Main, who is a creator of the world's leading achievement system. And he's going to be highlighting how to, so whilst you're fired up in that space and you're, you know, like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. Application is the key. And so many of us, you know, we go to training days and workshops and what have you, and we're all fired up, and then we just get caught up in work again. So he is going to give you the absolute armed with the toolkit and the action plan and the steps you need to take to create and achieve your goals. And then, of course, we've got all the wonderful exhibitors. Carol, who's watching just now, she's going to be one of our exhibitors. But they're all services that can help you. You know, we've got personal trainers, life coaches, holistic therapists, food intolerance, nutrition experts, all there to answer your questions.
Were great at the last few.
Yeah. So it's an exciting day, and we've got an exciting new venue. We've been at Eden Court the last 2 years in Inverness, but we've moved to Smithton Church because we've taken on board the feedback, and we wanted to make it all more inclusive, have everybody in the same room. So and we did this in Glasgow and it worked really well, so we're repeating that as well.
It's a great venue, Smithton Church.
Smithton Church is, it is. If you've not been to Smithton Church, it's like a TARDIS. From the outside, it just looks like this small building. It's not, and then you walk in and then it just opens up into this amazing conference space. I'm actually going to be down there tomorrow, so I might do a cheeky little Facebook Live to show you. So anyway, that is ours, unless you've got anything more you want to add, Anne. Just be there. Exactly. Yeah. So 1 week to go, and I'm excited. Good. Yes, I'm looking forward to the changes you're going to make as a result of this one. You've already made loads of changes, and I mean that's just 2 years. You've been, well, in fact, it's been 2 years because you went to the one in Inverness in 2018 and then Glasgow in October. So, wow, so that's incredible. or you've achieved all
It's
that in
good.
a year.
Yeah.
See, that could be you.
Yes. Can be done.
Yeah.
I can do it. Anybody.
Yeah. Well, love to you all. Take care, guys,
Bye-bye.
and
Bye.
we'll see you soon. Bye.